I'm Mike Odenbeck.
I'm Alex Gorley.
And these are our
Soberless Thoughts.
Hello and welcome back to yet another riveting episode of Soberless Thoughts. It is officially our 4-year anniversary, Alex.
Yay!
40 years. It feels like 40. It's only been 2019 in January. In June of 2019, we started this podcast, and we promised it wouldn't last more than 10 episodes. But yet here we are, almost 200 episodes deep. It's like this is episode 186, I believe.
Yeah.
186.
We're getting up on that 200.
I know.
That 2 daddy.
We'll have to do something special for 200. I don't know what.
We are still riveting.
Still riveting. We're still getting those rivets in.
Yeah.
Every 3 centimeters.
That's the way we lay it.
That's the way we lay it.
3 centimeters at a time.
That's right. So tonight I'm drinking pink lemonade mixed with marshmallow vodka, Alex?
Yes, marshmallow fluff vodka.
Marshmallow fluff. Am I going to feel the fluff?
Oh, you're going to feel the
Is
fluff.
it going to add more fluff to me?
Yeah.
As if I could take any more fluff?
It's going to make you feel all warm and fluffy. I don't know. I was trying to think of a different adjective for that. We were talking about those earlier.
We don't need adjectives.
Yeah. Adverbs.
Here we go. Fluff.
Ooh.
Ooh, it does taste fluffy.
Yeah, man.
What a great description for that.
I love the smell of that stuff. It's like there's just some liquors that you just smell. You're like, God, I want that as an air freshener, just around the room.
Oh, for sure, man. This definitely tastes like Febreze.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. That's what this tastes like. If we were on the Beer Advocate, but they don't have that for liquor, I guess.
We should start it.
We should start a Liquor Advocate.
Yeah.
LiquorAdvocate.com. I would put this tastes like when you take a really good shit and your wife's like, will you fucking spray something already? And then you go, all right. And so you go back in the room and you shut the door and you take out the Febreze can and you just go in circles around yourself. Ugh.
Right.
And you're still breathing it all in, though. That's what this tastes like.
Right.
Yummy. Ah, yummy. All right, so what has happened in the last 4 years, Alex? In the last 4 years. This will be like a fucking current events episode.
Right. Well, we ran into each other at a family event.
Yeah.
We got ourselves in the corner of said family event because we were ostracized at the time because we were new. And then probably you were like, hey, man, have you ever heard of MK Ultra? I was like, no. What about that? And I go, and then next thing you know, I'm like, man, did you know about fucking aliens? And then we're talking, and then they're like, hey, can you all come with the group? We're all opening presents. And we're like, yeah, hold on 1 second. So then fucking what happened was, and then we're like, do you want to fucking start a podcast? I was like, fuck yeah, let's start a podcast. He's like, you like to drink? I'm like, fuck yeah, I like to drink. And yeah, and then we started this podcast, not knowing what the fuck we were doing at all in the beginning. You can go back and listen.
Yeah, and you can only listen.
Yeah, you can only listen. We did love the word fuck back then a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
It still hurts to listen to those episodes. We're like, fuckity fuck, 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 fuck. You know what I'm saying?
I think we're just so excited.
Yeah.
We're so fucking excited.
That we used to pregame way harder.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, it was an event.
We didn't hit record on the shit until we were at least, a 6-pack in.
Yeah. And at that point, everybody cusses more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But I think, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I got into so much trouble in the first year, I'd say, that we did the podcast.
Yeah.
The first year, it was constant. Like, I was just like, I hope she doesn't listen to this episode. But with my wife, she listens to everything. She's so supportive.
Yeah, that's nice.
I love you, babe. But back then, she wasn't even you weren't married. No, you were married when we started. No, you weren't.
No, not at first.
Not at first.
Yeah.
Because when was your what's your wedding date?
2018 November.
So you were married then?
What? Yeah. I guess I was. Like, because it was right then. Because, like, we had just started hanging out around the wedding, because that's why you weren't in my wedding.
Yes.
Like, if I had got married like a year later, I'd be like, hey, bro, you want to be in this fucking wedding?
Yeah.
It was just like we already knew. We're like, I think I'm going to fucking hang out with this guy. And then it was like, I was already getting married. I was like, dude, I've already asked all my groomsmen and yada, yada, yada. And then you're there. I'm like, I should have had him as one of my groomsmen. But fuck, I had so many already.
It's all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a brand new relationship.
Right. Yeah.
And then you asked me into your wedding. You know, that's moving too many steps too
quick.
fast.
I know.
You gotta slow down there, Buckaroo.
Yeah. Well, you know. Cass rubbed off on me. We yeah. See, funny. Cass probably doesn't even. I don't even think she listens to these things anymore. She's like, ugh, you all have fun, like whatever. Of course, she never really got too crazy upset about anything. On my end of things, it was just, I think, but like recently, she just, I'm like, hey, did you? No, I didn't. I'm gonna listen to these people that do the shit for a living. I'm like, it's cool.
Whatever.
Yeah, no, it's not. I'm not even flinching. I'm like, hey, I appreciate you listening to as long as you did.
Yeah, I'm still shocked. As much shit as I get from my wife from the things that I say on here, I'm shocked that she still actually listens to it. And then but the reason she gets mad at me though is because she wants to share it with her friends and family.
Right.
And because she wants to be like, hey, this is something my husband does. He has a lot of fun with this. Check it out. You might like it.
Yeah.
But then she hears, some of the crazy things that I say. And then she's like, I don't want my friends and family to hear my husband say that.
Right.
And it's like, well.
That was a perfect descriptor, because I think that's what because when we first started, we were like, everybody was excited and everybody was telling everybody. And then it was like, oh, I didn't know you guys were going that route.
Yeah. And now it's 4 years later and people are like, wait, you guys still do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's kind of a hobby.
It's still coming around.
Right.
And then while we were podcasting, while we were on this show, we became brothers.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
I gotta say that you're at least my fourth favorite brother.
Thanks. You're at least my second.
At least.
Yeah.
It could be higher than that. I don't. It depends.
Well, actually,
on the day.
hold on. You could be my third. Forgot I had another brother.
Yeah. God, I've got. Now I got to sit here and count them.
Yeah.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, including you.
Yeah. And the other in-law?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 total.
Yeah.
Well, no. Yeah. 5. You know who, speaking of the other in-law, his wife used to actually be part of our threesome and still is pretty much part of our threesome in the back corner talking usually.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, at the events?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're all the new people.
Right.
So it was always us just kind of standing there like, how's it going?
But she's funny too. I wish she was more social.
Yeah.
Because I would love to have her on the podcast.
Yeah, she definitely has the beginnings to like an episode on here, because sometimes you can get her like talking about going down like a weird rabbit hole, and you're like kind of looking like, yeah, I'm right there with you. Like, no, I get what you're saying.
I think she'd be a good color person.
Yeah,
like a good color commentary.
Oh, okay.
On this.
I was like, what the fuck are you going with this, man?
Add a little bit of color to this
I was
podcast.
Like, it's people of color. yeah, color commentary. Yeah.
Come on, man. Jesus.
Sorry, it's the internet has got me brainwashed over here. I was just like, where the fuck is he going? Anyway,
right where you thought.
Yeah,
right where you thought. But since we started this podcast, also now aliens are real. They exist.
Yeah, yeah.
According to the United States government,
and no one bats an eye. Every time I see something online where it's just it's got like 1,000 likes or something, I'm like, no, nobody. Okay, and
right, right, dude. Like fucking 5 years ago, 10 years ago, the world would have stopped.
Yeah,
it would have literally stopped spinning. And we would have all floated into space.
Right.
But now the government's like, hey, guess what? Aliens are real. They exist. We have their aircraft. We have dead bodies.
Yeah.
We have like dozens of their spacecrafts, dozens of dead bodies. And we have them. We're studying them. Just so FYI. Just an FYI, everybody.
Right.
And we're like, whatever.
Yeah. I would argue now people are more like, I've seen more people reacting to giants, like giant videos, than alien videos. Like aliens are like, yeah, I get it, man. Fucking the guy from Ancient Aliens, hairdo, like they're everywhere, yada yada. If they show up tomorrow, I've still got to go to work. And then like then you see like this video of somebody that's like, they take some what they think is like a giant, and then all of a sudden like this person fucking disappeared, and they're like, what? And just fucking commentary out the wazoo. And I'm just like, so okay, so we're more interested in shit that was already here than new shit that, or actually, well, I mean, depends on.
Well, yeah, you don't know, man. Maybe well, I don't know. The government says they're off-world crafts.
Yeah.
But I still tend to lean towards they probably were here the whole time.
Yeah. Well, that's why I stopped myself in the middle of that. Like, well, I mean, they both could be. Maybe they're, we went through all this, like, interdimensional, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Coming out of the sea.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like Ariel.
The Bermuda Triangle. The ley lines.
Yeah. God's farts.
Aliens, man.
The armpit of the world, because the world is shaped like grandma's body.
I forgot about that.
But and there was like a direct link too, I think, from the Bermuda Triangle to like the Devil's Sea or whatever it is over by Japan.
Yeah.
And it was like they're like, brr. That's like the
like magnetic waves out.
Yeah, because you look at a lot of people do that magnetic, you see like the field around the earth like that. You always see that kind of graphic going on. I think that's where like the center points are. Yeah. And everything's like that. That's, that was visual for YouTube.
It would make sense because, the world is tilted.
Yeah.
And then,
right.
So,
I don't know what that means, but yeah.
Yeah, so if the world's tilted and the up, the up and the down wouldn't be the North and South Pole because they're tilted, but then it'd be two other points, one up high and one up low, which is kind of like those points.
Yeah, but I think when you're in outer space, there is no up and down. Like that.
Whoa.
Like that doesn't exist.
Yeah, well, I meant relative to, well, I guess that's true. I don't know relative to what now.
Right.
You fucked my shit up.
You're welcome.
To the solar system thing that I saw in elementary school that isn't up or down because
to
we're going
the solar system mobile that
Yeah.
you had hanging over your crib.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, yeah. Yeah, I actually saw a video the other day of like, it's basically like that, but it's like on its side, moving in a direction, and everything's just fucking spinning around like a corkscrew. I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess that would be harder to put on a on a diagram.
If that's even real.
It's real.
I feel like everything that we know now is not real.
Yeah.
I like everything that we know now as a fact is actually not real.
Yeah.
Like, my name's not even Mike Odenbeck. Like, it's probably, dude. Here's something I'll tell you. And this, I don't know if it was a dream or a hallucination or what the fuck happened, but I was putting contacts into my eyeballs the other day, and you know how like the reptilians, like if you like see a video of Miley Cyrus and she's like sitting there looking at the camera and she blinks, but there's like a second set of eyelids inside there that blinks. Yeah. Just weird shit like that. Like, so I'm standing there like in paradise, putting contacts in my eyes, and as I go to like stick my finger in my eye to put my contact in my eye, like a second eyelid blinked on me before I could put it in, and I like jumped back away from the mirror into the doors right behind me, into like the door, and like hit the door and like fell down onto my ass and was just like literally shaking on the floor in the bathroom, like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
What just happened? And I got up and I like stood and was like looking in the mirror like, am I even real?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? And I have yet to wake up.
Side note, that is a great premise to a movie. A reptilian that doesn't know the reptilian and figures it out.
When does the dream end? Hopefully this is all being recorded
Yeah.
and we count it as an episode.
Right.
Because it's been too long, Alex.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's been too long since we've recorded.
Yeah. This is true. We've been kind of, for 4 years, we've been like on it. Just boom, boom, boom. Like very few times that we've been missing the skip. But
Yeah, like every Friday, new episode.
our work schedules have been jacking our shit up, to be honest with you. Where it's just hard to get these things going.
Yeah.
And then, obviously you finding out you're reptilian.
Yeah. Which is why I have to wear sunglasses now. Constantly, everywhere I go, blackout shades, just so I don't freak myself out in the mirrors again.
What have you seen that one video of the lady that had like 13 pairs of contact lenses in her head?
What?
Dude, have you not seen that?
No.
Where like she would just put her lenses in and then just fucking go to sleep in them, and then she thought they fell out and then put the next one in and kept doing it until one day her eyes are like so bloodshot. She's like, I can't, it hurts, and da da da. And then like the paramedics get there and they're like, let me see. And they like pulled back her eyelid and they could just see the plastic sitting there or whatever, that silicone, whatever that shit is.
God.
And then they just start pulling contact. And it's because there's a slot behind your eyeball that like, where all they got basically stuck. So they were having to like fish them out, where they were pulling them, and like she was like having to like look back and forward and move her eyeball around to like, and then they still had to go to the hospital. They're like, yeah, this is why you shouldn't do. So that's what I first thought of. I was like, what if you had a set of contacts in there, and when you went like that, it like snapped.
Dude, I know when I got contacts in or not.
Yeah. But can you imagine that many?
No, I can't. It's horrible. That's horrifying.
The video is a little graphic. You're just like, ha. It's like watching a pimple popper video or a...
No.
Dude, these dudes at work watch toenail videos.
No, why?
Dude, they're so intense. It's always a hangnail that's 3 inches long into someone's big toe that's swelled up like a fucking balloon. And I like walk up behind these guys and they're just like, yeah. And I'm just like looking behind their shoulder. I'm like, that's a big fucking toe. And they're just like carving this fucking thing out.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh.
I know. I'm
Like
like
my foot just started throbbing just listening to that.
oh, it hurts. It hurts to think about. If you ever had a hangnail, but some of these are like, how can you let this shit go for that long? Like you would hobble around forever. Yeah.
There's no way, dude. There's no way. I keep my toenails long just to prevent that from happening.
Yeah.
Because that's what that is when you cut your toenails. Here's a little fun fact for the family. If you cut your toenails at an angle, like circular like that, to make it look all nice and pretty, you're fucking yourself. Because you got to cut it at a square angle at the top. You got to make it straight across and a little bit longer on the edges, because you don't want that shit to stay away from the edges of your toe. And you'll never get an ingrown toenail if you do it that way.
Can I tell you what kind of psychopath I am? I, to this day, still rip my toenails off.
Just rip them off?
Yeah, I just grab a hold, like, hit it with my fingernail, and I get underneath it and just... And my wife...
I couldn't do that, dude. My toenails are too strong.
Dude, when you first get out of the shower, all your... Like, the heat, like, that's usually when I cut my fingernails.
That's the only time I can even cut my toenails.
Yeah.
With sturdy clippers that you would use on, like a tree.
Yeah.
And I go in there with those things, and I get up in there and after the shower, and it's still hard, and sometimes it's still like I had the screw in between the clipper things come out on me one time
from the pressure.
Yeah. Dude, strong toenails.
Yeah, but I have definitely pulled one off where it sunk down and ripped into the bottom one, and it was years before it came back out to like regular, like I fixed it. But yeah, I don't know why. I've just always done it, and but part of it is when I think about messing with my toenails, I can't find a clipper. And then I just all right, real quick.
Dude, clippers aren't big enough. They don't exist big enough to get my toenails. They don't. The toenail clippers, the real big toenail clippers,
yeah,
I use those for my fingernails.
I mean,
I have to. The little ones will not work.
Yeah.
Like, I'll get it on there and go to clip, and it just won't even do anything.
When I was a kid, my babysitter's husband would, you know how you just remember random shit? I remember him cutting his finger and toenails with a fucking pocket knife. And would wait till they're super long and then shave it.
Oh, that's a sharp knife.
Oh, dude, yeah. He had one of those dad knives that it wasn't even a wide. It was just like a splinter where he had sharpened it so many times.
Oh my God!
But you knew it was sharp as shit. And yeah, he would just take his toenail and just gently, almost like you're fucking carving into, he was whittling, carving into wood, but his knife was so sharp, and he had the biggest fucking toenails, just, and he did it so smooth, and then he'd take the end of the knife and then get underneath it, and I'm just I was like, he's the only dude I've ever seen just sit there with a pocket knife and just hack these things off.
Yeah, man, that's disgusting.
Yeah,
that's so gross.
I asked my dad one time, just as a joke. Now my dad's he's got some extra weight on him. He's a little bit older. You know, when you get older, as you probably, me and you both have, I know we've had this discussion, but putting your socks on is a fucking issue sometimes. You ever have that where you're and you,
yeah.
And so my dad has one of these machines where you put your sock on it, like older people have, and you basically just throw it down with it's got ropes on it, and you just pull your sock on, and it holds it in place. And it's for older people that can't bend over as well because it's just mobility. Well, he can't really do his own toes anymore. And I was wondering about that because he's also diabetic, so you really got to take care of your feet when you're diabetic. So one day I go, hey Dad, you want to for Father's Day or something? You want to go get a pedicure? And I was kind of joking.
Yeah.
like thinking, haha, this is gonna be funny. He's gonna be like, son, I ain't going nowhere. No one's gonna touch my feet. I was ready for that conversation, right? And he goes, oh shit, I go all the time. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. He's like, you think I can reach my feet? I'm like, I guess not. He goes, yeah, how you think I can keep them clean and like manicured? I'm like, I never thought of that. I just assumed you were too manly to go.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, I went last week. And he goes, I go all the time. I'm like, all right, my bad.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause I know some people, because I felt weird the first time I went.
They know me by name in there.
Yeah.
Mr. Gorley's coming back.
Yeah, come on in.
Come on in.
I remember as a kid, like my dad having like a foot callus, like the whole thing.
That's how my feet are. Like
Yeah.
the whole bottom of my foot is just solid.
Right.
Like I could go outside and go running on the concrete probably and just running on the gravel and not even.
Here, let's go this route. I'm going to do this one first. What was your favorite commercial we did over the past 4 years?
I think my favorite commercials are the Theracon.com.
Yeah.
Theracon.com.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
I just like the reenactments we do of the Theracon calls.
Yeah. Hi. That is funny. What else? We had Dr. Brown's streak resistant underwear.
Yep.
I did like that one. I don't know why. It was just that old time. Well, I'm just a simple man.
RoboCock 3.0
RoboCock.
or 2.0, whatever it was. RoboCock. There's actually a RoboCock t-shirt on DangerousT-shirts.com.
That's funny.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Did we have like beach away or something? Pool, something with a pool.
Oh yeah, well, there's a pool chemical cleaning process.
That's what it was.
Get
yeah.
out. is
Get
what it
out.
was called.
Yeah, get out.
Get out. Get out. And God, dude, I don't.
It's been. We were on the commercial thing for a hot minute. I always, every time I thought about us doing that, I was thinking of. It's like when we started doing it, I felt like it was a little homage to Ernest. I don't know if you ever watched like not just the Ernest movies, but he had like this Ernest, I don't know, comedy thing I remember watching as a kid, and he had like, it was like a TV show, and in between he did his own commercials where he had these weird characters doing the thing, and I'm like, this is like an homage towards him.
Commercials. RoboCock 3.7. What? Dr. Brown's.
Yeah.
Holy Man condoms.
Oh yeah. That was a pretty fun one.
Asplosion. Do you remember that one?
No.
I don't remember that one either. Boofa? The Boofa? Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
So that was like a loofah, but made out of men's hair.
Oh God, where do we come up with this stuff?
Let's see. Harrison's Brogaine.
Oh yeah, Brogaine.
Yeah.
That was the early on one.
The Remington bidet.
Yeah, hits just the right spot.
That's right. I think, and that's it. That's all I have on here.
Yeah. I don't know. The Remington bidet was pretty good
Yeah.
because I liked all the background noise of like the.
No, because we were in a cafe.
Yeah.
Like, where are you going, Alex?
Yeah. That was a good little skit. I like that one. I'm gonna go Remington bidet.
Woo! I feel so much better.
Yes. Feel refreshed.
See, here's the thing. If we're doing these videos, we have to make actual commercials.
I know.
Of our commercials.
We got to get we need a camera guy.
Dude, our iPhones are like legit video cameras from like 1997.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No. I just meant like we need like a third person to literally hold the camera.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's what tripods are made for.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you want to look like 1997, okay, I'm trying to do some angles, like
Yeah. Oh yeah. You need a production assistant.
yeah. I need a boom lift.
Yeah.
Just
A videographer.
right. I need a director with a fucking fedora.
Get everything set up properly.
Right.
It'll work.
We need permits to just lock down the whole Cincinnati block downtown. We're like, oh, we're doing Remington fucking bidets here.
We're doing the Remington bidet commercial.
It's me and you sitting on a toilet in the middle of downtown Cincinnati.
Who let these people in the background?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
They're both on go-karts and we're just like just driving through town.
Excuse us. We're just simply using our Remington bidets.
Yeah.
In public. Nothing to see here.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. The commercials were good. But like I said, I think my favorites were the Theracon.coms.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we could easily do that, too. We would just do it over Zoom.
Yeah.
And we'd both be wearing, like, wigs and shit.
That is true.
That would be easy to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? What else has happened in the last 4 years? Dude, I had another kid.
Yeah, you did have another kid.
Finally had a baby girl.
Yep.
Now I'm a girl dad. I'm a girl dad, dude, and it changes you.
Yeah.
It honestly changes you, from top to bottom. Like I look at so many different things differently now, being a father to a girl.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like I just want to strangle motherfuckers so much more now. It's incredible.
Yeah.
The anger that goes through my body when I just see just the little things. Like, for example, we're at my sister's house for Father's Day. And as we were leaving, there was this guy across the street who's working on his car. And this lady and her daughter go are walking down the street, and they walk past this older gentleman who's like sits down on the concrete behind his van to work on his van, right? And as they walk by, he like purposely just kind of turns to the side just to watch their asses as they walk away. And I'm standing over there on the other side of the street, and it took everything I had not to yell something or just walk across the street and just punt the dude right in the side of the head.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck are you? Well, like, I understand that's just something guys do. I get it.
Right.
But now I'm like this protective, like, father, and I'm like,
right.
Like, don't let me catch somebody staring at my daughter's ass.
Well, yeah.
You will die.
It's gonna be great when she's in high school. You're gonna scare the shit out of everyone that walks through that door.
Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait for the first time she brings home somebody. I'll probably be wearing this attire.
Yeah.
The first time she brings home somebody, and I'm like, let me talk to you over here. Come here. You're gonna fucking die. Okay?
Yeah. You're like, come in real quick. Let me tell you. Just start spouting some crazy conspiracy shit where, like, even they're like, this guy's fucking crazy. Be like, you know about the monkey people hybrids? Let me tell you about those fuckers. It's like, I got 2 in my basement.
You know what I found out in 2023, son?
Yeah.
You want me to tell you something? I found out that I'm a fucking reptilian. You think I give a shit?
Yeah. Like, prisons are cold, but I'm cold-blooded.
You will all die.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, well, it could be like the opposite. I feel like I don't know. It's more fun that way. I feel like I remember there was a dude that that we mutually know that has like an older daughter, and I remember him, like we were talking to him, and he was like, yeah, she brought home a guy the other day, and he just and just had this moment of silence to himself while like in a group of people. I'm like, are you okay? Like,
Yeah.
it was just, but like I could just feel the emotion that came out. Fuck. Like you could just hear it.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
because you know that's the beginning of the end.
Right. I know. But
Because you know what it is? Here's what it is.
yeah.
I got home from work the other day, and she didn't know that I was home.
Yeah.
And she goes walking around the corner in the kitchen and sees me standing there. And instantly, a giant smile on her face,
Right.
even though she wasn't feeling well, comes literally running to me,
Right.
and jumps into my arms and holds me and just holds me. I mean, probably a good 15 minutes.
Right.
Just held me for
Right.
dear life. When they get older, that's not going to be there anymore.
Right. I know, that's the sad part.
Yeah, when they find that boyfriend, the husband, the thing like that, that becomes the person that they go to.
Right.
And it's like, all right.
Yeah. That's, I will say, that's one of the saddest things about being a dad is, like, there's that quote, and it is embedded in the back of my head, and I try to appreciate every moment because it was something that's like, it was one of those weird fucking videos where it was like, there was a moment where the moment of you holding your child for the last time happened, and you didn't know that was the last time.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, that has fucking saddened me since day one. So every time, like, same thing, like he's, I can even tell because like same thing, like he'll come in, he's super fucking excited, run, jump, but like every once in a while he'll run in, then he'll look at me, and then he'll go, and he'll look over at the cabinet, and he'll go, and he'll grab fucking crackers to eat. He's like, I'm fucking hungry. And I'm just like, and not like, I mean, get some fucking food, you know what I'm saying? But it's just one of those things where you're just like, oh, okay, you're not gonna run in and
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because Waylon's already gone. He's already past that stage.
Right.
He could give a shit less
Right.
when I come home from work.
And he's like, what's up, old man?
Yeah, he don't care.
Yeah.
And then Jack, he's
way gone.
forget about it,
Yeah.
dude. Like I barely exist to that kid.
Yeah.
And it's it's like, Jack was on this podcast
Yeah.
a couple times.
I was gonna say, was it twice or 3 times?
Twice.
Yeah.
Twice. We need to get Jack back on the podcast because that'll show you the time that's gone by.
Yeah, no shit.
Dude, 6'1" now, 210 pounds.
Yeah, he's my height.
He's almost as tall as Alex.
Yeah. One day. I know. I remember, yeah. Like when we started the podcast, I looked down to see this kid, and now I'm looking up. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and he doesn't know anything about Greek mythology anymore.
Yeah, I forgot all that shit.
It's all
That's
gone. Now it's because it's girls.
Girls. What was the other topic? Or was it just random? We were just chit-chatting.
I don't know. We were drinking milkshakes, and it was in the middle of the night.
Yeah, he was the one that I wanted to... I was like, we're going to drink... Did we drink kombucha on here? Did we do that one?
I don't know.
Because that was one I've had in my back pocket for if we do another Sober Thoughts. Where...
Yeah, we didn't ever do that. We didn't ever do the kombucha.
I think we were going to, and then... we were going to, and then you texted me, it was like, Jack passed out. Like, it's just going to be me and you.
Yeah.
And we might have ended up watching that messed up Hacksaw Ridge or whatever that...
Hacksaw Ridge.
I don't remember what that movie was. What was that movie where they were like the crazy people in the hills have eyes, but they're like Native Americans and...
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Bone Tomahawk.
Bone Tomahawk.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called. Yeah. Dude, after we watched it, I swear I've seen the cover of that like all over the place. I'm like, why does this thing keep following me? Like, I keep going to different streaming services, and I'm just like, you want to watch Bone Tomahawk? I'm like, nope. Already saw it.
Don't need to go there again.
Yeah, no, that's. Yeah, we started watching movies on here.
Yeah.
Started doing that. It's been fun.
One. The problem is you got to find a service that'll let us upload that shit.
Right. It's
because YouTube ain't gonna do it.
I know. We thought we were on to a new venture, like cool, which you probably can, but we'd have to like cut and chop up the video.
I don't know how. I gotta figure it out.
Yeah. Let's see. We've read some books on here.
We read books.
Yeah.
Alex lost a bet. Had to do some Bigfoot erotica.
Yeah, I did do that.
I wrote for him personally.
Yep. Yeah, there's a clip out there.
It's beautiful. There's actually the five funniest minutes of this podcast is Alex reading Bigfoot erotica for Valentine's Day. Last year.
Yeah.
I just had somebody at my work watch that video like last week.
Yeah.
He was in tears. He was laughing so hard.
I'd say because like I'm pre-reading it as I'm about to say it. I'm like, fuck. Here we go. We always love our drunkards in history.
Drunkards in history.
We
had an interview with Santa Claus.
We had an interview with Santa Claus.
And he made fun of me the whole time. I was very offended.
Yeah.
Considering I'm the only one of the two of us that still believes in him. And he just made fun of me the whole time.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah. Like, you still believe in that shit?
Whatever, Nick. I get it.
God bless. We did have some great guests, which we are working on getting more guests.
That's something that is troublesome.
Yeah.
And hard to do. And I'm going to have to figure out how to set our cameras up to do that.
Right.
And we got to figure out when the fucking do that, because it's a pain in the ass, right? Unless we do it on Zoom.
Right.
That's the only way.
Yeah, we almost need another camera. Or we just do a side shot where it just gets us all in it.
Well, what I'm thinking is we get the camera for you, the camera for me, and then we'll do a third camera that just gets any of the guests wherever they're sitting.
Right.
And they can just sit right next to each other, and then that'll be the third camera.
Right.
And I could set it up that way.
That'd work.
That would work.
Yep.
Because I can only, with this setup that I have, I can only use 3 cameras anyways.
Cool.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Inside baseball.
Yeah.
The Reds are in first place right now. What the fuck?
Wow.
How'd that happen?
Angels in the outfield.
That's amazing. It is a miracle. That is true. It is a miracle. Alex quit drinking.
I did.
He don't drink alcohol at all now.
Not as much, for sure. It was heavy on me.
I feel like that's how I know that I'm still in a dream right now.
Right.
That I've yet to wake up from the reptilian eye thing.
Yeah.
Is because you still aren't drinking.
Yeah.
And it's only a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's only part of the nightmare. It's just continuing on.
Right.
And I don't know how to wake up.
Yeah, it's getting old, man. I needed a rest for a little bit. And part of it is my night shifts. It's I felt like it was getting a little out of hand being by yourself from 12 o'clock at night till 6 in the morning. And you're just like, I'm bored. And there's no one up and there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what and then you just walk the streets.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought about it. I literally thought about like I should just go run down through the neighborhood, like get in shape kind of shit. And I'm like, I'm afraid if someone sees me run every single night, they're like, who the fuck is this creeper at 3 a.m, like running through the neighborhood? Granted, I'd probably be in like workout attire, but
that's why you need to drive to like Mainstrasse or someplace where there's a bunch of bars and there's a bunch of people out walking around anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
And then just go jog in there.
Yeah. Also kind of lazy.
Yeah.
On both ends. Like, I'm not going to run.
I get it. And you're not going to drive somewhere.
Yeah, not go drive somewhere, especially in the middle of the night.
I get it.
I thought about going to the casino. Like, I started looking up how to play craps because I don't know how to play. Started learning how to play, and then, like, I can't remember, for like a month, like every weekend, I told my wife, I was like, hey, I'm going to go down to the casino and play craps. And she's like, okay. I'm like, all right, cool. And then we'd hang out till like 12. She goes to sleep, and then I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to go. And I go downstairs, grab some food. I'm like dressed and ready. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I don't want to fucking drive down there. And then I just sit on the couch, and then I just like, because it's also like a money thing. Like, I'm going to go down there and just lose money.
Yeah, that's why I don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to go to the casino and play blackjack. I know I'll come back with more money than I left with.
Yeah.
But it's just,
it's the risk.
It's the risk, and then it's like trying to convince my wife that, because she's like, I don't know about that.
Right.
Like, we don't have an extra $4,000.
Yeah, well, yeah. I got some money for my birthday, and I've just been sitting on it, and I'm like, I'll just gamble that. And when it's gone, just had to start cooking more because I've got to feed myself.
Yeah.
And so it's like leftovers, or I'll tell you what I eat a lot of is fucking fried rice. Because it's something easy I can make in the middle of the night, and I'm like, at least it's somewhat good. Used to be my midnight snack.
It's very Guatemalan of you.
Guatemalan? All right, sure.
That's all right.
It's not paella? What's that thing that they like cook for like fucking 18 hours?
I don't know. I just felt like Guatemalan was less offensive than Mexican.
All right, sorry. I was like trying to there was some kind of dish. I don't know if it's actually Guatemalan, but it's like some kind of, I don't know. Anyway, I also watch a lot of food shows, so I fucking cook like a champ.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought about starting a fucking food channel.
It was a Guatemalan who told me to tell his buddy, he's like, hey, go over to him and say, yo quiero la panocha de tu madre. I'm like, what? Like, I like his what?
Yeah.
His mom's what?
Yeah.
I like his mother's pussy. I like your mother's pussy. Or I want your mother's pussy is what it says in English.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. Like, it was this younger dude. He was, I don't know, like 18, 19, working in this plant with us. I walked over to him. I was like, hey, Juan, man. He was like, hey. And I was like, yo quiero la panocha de tu madre. He's like, ¿qué? What?
Yeah.
¿Qué? I was like, yo quiero la panocha de tu madre. He's like, you's no buenos, eh? Walks off. Like, I'm like, see, now this guy isn't going to like me the whole rest of the time he works here.
Right. He's like, this fucking asshole over here.
I'm like, don't you know you're half white? Where do you think you got that from?
Yeah. They shit, he probably knew immediately, just like, fuck, they've been telling him to say shit.
Oh yeah.
Like, he doesn't know.
Well, and they didn't realize that I was fluent in Spanish.
Oh.
And I knew because they were constantly talk shit. Constantly.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting back because I was like 19 at the time. Yeah. I just finished 4 years of Spanish in high school.
Yeah.
Like, I knew everything that they were saying, and I'm just like, I would sit there and chuckle to myself, and then they'd be like, go say this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why do you want me to say that? All right, whatever.
Yeah.
Just play along with you fools.
Yeah.
And I'd turn around and go tell our boss, like, hey, fucking Julio over here is fucking around and stealing shit behind your back and this and that, and he's bragging to all his buddies about it. What? How do you know? Because I hear him fucking talking about it every day in the break room. You just don't understand what he's saying. I do.
Yeah. That's funny. I had an old GM that I think same thing happened. He was a white dude. He's working in the kitchen, but he like super fluent Spanish. Like even other Spanish people were like, holy shit. Like he was, and it was from years of working in kitchens and stuff like that. Like he didn't know like proper Spanish. He knew like Latin Spanish. because there's a big difference because, you know, whatever. There's certain words that don't cross over, but they and like he learned all that to the point where he was like, yeah, he's like, every time I start a new job, every single fucking cook just starts talking shit to my face, and then I don't react to it. I just pretend like I don't understand it. And he goes, and then I'll wait to the perfect moment. Well, someone will say something, then I will react and say something back to him in Spanish. And he goes, like, the whole kitchen just stops, and they all go, "Oh fuck." And he goes, I just start giggling and laughing, and he's like, I don't get mad at them. He's like, it's just, they're just fucking with me because I'm the new guy.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, I just let all that other shit go as long as it's nothing crazy. And then, I always thought that was like, I kind of admired him for that. I always thought that was kind of cool. I was like, man, I wish I could fuck with people like that. Like, have you ever seen the dude that he's like some like shorter white dude that goes into like Chinatown and speaks like Mandarin and Cantonese, and he like will go into like a dumpling shop or whatever, and we'll sit down, and he like they'll hand, and like it's always funny because the servers look so dismissive of him,
yeah, and
they just kind of like throw the menu at him like, ugh, here, what do you want, man? Or I want fucking fried rice or some basic shit, and he just like starts like, ni hao, like just starts like rambling like smooth fucking Mandarin, and they always snap and look at him like, did that come out of your fucking face? It is the funnest, like, and then like other people around him like that like he's going into the place where it's like he's the only white dude in there, and like the entire restaurant all starts turning and looking at him, and they're so excited because they're like, someone took a second to learn the fucking language,
right.
And so then everyone starts talking to him. But I think he went into like a nail salon where some lady was talking shit, where she, like, as we all imagine, like, if you're doing anything and they don't speak, or they speak English but they have another language and they keep going back and forth, you just kind of assume they're like, they're talking so much shit on me right now.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, look at this fat fucking white dude with his nasty ass toes. And you're just like, you're not wrong.
I had this one dude yelled in a UDF in a gas station around here, yelled to this other guy in the back of the store while standing at the counter, hey, like, grab a couple Snickers bars and throw them in your, or like candy bars, he said in Spanish, and throw them in your pocket so we don't have to pay for them. To the other guy, like, while he's in Spanish, while he's standing at the counter.
Yeah.
Then turns around with a big smile on his face looking at the lady, and I'm like, and I'm standing behind him in line, and I'm like, dude, you know that's illegal, right? You can't just walk out of here with candy bars. And he turned around and looked at me like, what the fuck? And he's like, well, I was just kidding, man. I was just kidding. I was just joking. It's no big deal. And the other kid comes walking up front like, oh shit.
Right?
Like, damn, they called us up. Assholes.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Well, like, if you're speaking like Mandarin or Cantonese or fucking like one of the 1,000 dialects in like India or something like that, like, yeah, it's not as widely learned, but like Spanish and French is fucking like everybody in high school just about like learns that
right.
stuff. So like you would think they have a little bit more of like, they're just dudes like that.
These guys just didn't give a fuck. Man.
Yeah,
they're just punks.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, I want to learn how to speak.
I like this. What do you want to learn how to speak?
Oh, what is that? What is the name of those people in Star Trek?
Klingon?
Klingon,
You
yes.
want to learn how to speak fucking Klingon?
I want to learn how to speak Klingon.
What, you trying to be king of fucking
Dude,
Comic-Con?
That's a full, because that's a full language.
It is a full language.
That would be so fucking awesome. Dude, if you and I could learn how to, I wonder if there's a Babel course that we could say.
Yeah. No, seriously, there's like learn how to speak Klingon.
And then we could go to places like King's Island and stand there in line for a ride and just be talking to Klingon back and forth to each other the whole time.
Now that's some funny shit. Then I could go, hey man, grab some candy bars and put them in your pocket.
Yeah, nobody would know that shit.
I know.
Nobody.
Yeah, right.
I wonder if Google Translate has a thing
Klingon?
for Klingon.
That's funny. I thought you were legitimately like, and I was like, what are you about to fucking say? Like, I was so, you had me. I was like, are you gonna like
Klingon.
learn the dialect of Kenya? Like, I was sitting there like on the edge of my seat, and you said fucking Klingon. I'm like, fucking Klingon?
Yeah, man. That would be badass.
Which same thing. That dude that I was talking about that learned, dude, he learned Mandarin, Cantonese, I think Japanese, and he's learning like I think he went to, I don't know if it was Kenya, but it was like where he was just learning, and he went to this area where like all these dudes were like, he spoke it, and they all just kind of like swarmed around him like, you can fucking speak this shit? Like, it was like they were so happy. It was so cool.
For sure, dude.
See, here's the thing. We'd start talking shit in Klingon, and there would be some fucking Trekkie nerd behind us that'd be like, hey, fellas, this is a public area. They're like, you're the only person that understands what we're saying.
Like, it's bad. Join our conversation.
Yeah.
We
Like-
say in Klingon.
Yeah. He'd go, hey, can you not talk about Star Wars in Klingon?
That is highly offensive.
Yeah. We were talking about how great Star Wars is.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you enjoyed the last 4 years, if you enjoyed this year, if you enjoyed this episode, if you just like the way Alex's face looks in the shadows, you can find us on soberlessthoughts.com. That's where our YouTube videos are, the audio version of the podcast are, all that videos, everything you need to know, all the links to the social medias, everything is on soberlessthoughts.com. We need to start posting on social media some more. We haven't been doing that fucking at all.
I dropped some stories last night.
Some stories, good.
Yeah.
Good. You're good for the stories.
I know. Well, I'm trying to get people in and keep them there. The posts, I was like,
stories.
we just need more content. We need more of us doing shit.
Yeah, that's it. That's
our issue.
Oh
Inside
my
baseball.
God. That's right. So, what do we say when we get out here, Alex?
What we like to say, and we've been saying for almost 4 years, because
It started early.
It did start early. I'm gonna call it 4 years, but it really wasn't. But it's close enough. What we like to say, when you're in the skillet, when you're in the proverbial skillet, you need to stay cheesy.
Wait, proverbial?
Yeah, sure.
Is that an adverb? We don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, go
What's an adverb? Pronoun, adverb, ad noun. I don't know.
Doesn't an adverb describe a verb? It's a word that describes a verb, which a verb is an action word. So like running. So if it was running fast, fast would be the adverb.
That makes sense. I'm glad I learned this. I will contact my 6th grade English teacher and tell her I got it. Woo! I fucked up some English classes in my day. Not a good way.
I learned that from writing all the Bigfoot erotica that I put out.
Yeah.
Under the name Rose Cornelius.
Fucking Rose Cornelius. I forgot about that. Hold on real quick. An adverb is a word of an expression that generally modifies a verb, adjective, another adverb, determiner, clause, preposition, or sentence. Adverbs typically express manner, place, time, frequency. Adverb are 8 parts of speech and are used to modify verbs. So yeah.
So what I said.
Wow.
You're welcome, Alex.
I fucking learned something. One day we'll...
English major.
Yeah, I was going to say, one of these days we'll talk about calculus and I'll be able to
There we go.
fucking shine on this podcast.
Right.
But until then...
We'll bring my brother on. He'll talk about trigonometry.
I don't want to fucking go head-to-head with him. That's just not fair. Physics. I got physics.
Okay. All right.
All right. Anyway.
So when you're in the proverbial...
When you're in that proverbial skillet... Yes. You need to stay cheesy, keep it greasy, and then flip on out. Bye.